Hi, it's me, INFJ, and I want to talk about a conversation I had with my INFJ friend. Um, and these are great conversations that I have with him. Um, we ended up staying up until 3 in the morning. So yeah, it was a great weekend. Um, we we started off talking about the mythology of Genshin Impact, and ended up talking about the meaning of happiness, or like what is happiness. And we talked about everything. Um, and that's how conversations go between INFPs and INFJs. It's nice. It's nice. You don't get that anywhere else with anyone else. Um, we but something that he said was that our soul is our memory. Our memory is our soul. And I agree with that. Um, if you lose your memory, do you lose your soul? Um, we think that it kind of does. Once you start losing all the experiences that you've been through, um, what are you anymore? Are you the same person? Um, there are different philosophies about this. There are people who believe in reincarnation and that kind of thing. And maybe on some subconscious level, you do um, remember your past self if you had a past self. But it kind of feels like, well, are you really the same soul if you don't remember your past life? Um, are you really, isn't the soul memory? We talked about people with Alzheimer, if they are losing their soul. And yeah, there are different ways to think about this. I was also thinking, like, well, babies don't have a memory, so, but wouldn't they have a soul? Um, it's difficult to say what the concept of a soul is. Um, but somehow you build a soul, it has to keep a memory, otherwise, it wouldn't be a soul. Um, and all your past experiences build you, um, make you make your perspective on life. And an example that my INFJ friend said was, if you're bullied, then that experience will build the way that you meet other people. And if that memory of the bullying goes away, then you would maybe be a different person. Um, you wouldn't have all the fears and misgivings about people. Um, so that was really interesting topic of conversation. Um, I do think that soul is memory, but I think that there's more to it than that. I don't know what it is. Um, I think that the soul is very much FI and SI, in me at least. I don't know if our souls are composed of our cognitive functions, but I mean that would be too simplistic, um, and too reductive. But I think a lot of identity and the soul, for me, are linked. Um, for me, my memory is SI, and my identity is FI. I think that creates the soul. And E is used to like see around the soul and intuit about things. But in the end, the soul is the memory, is the identity. And that was a really interesting conversation. I mean, I didn't talk about this with him, but that was interesting. And then we talked about happiness, or like contentment, and you need to experience the bad to feel the good. And if you would watch the same movie every day, would you still be as happy watching it? And what, like, at a certain point, you'd get tired of it, even if it was your favorite movie. So that's what his argument of why happiness can't exist without some. It has to be ephemeral, like it has to be a. It has to be a short period of time. You cannot have eternal. You cannot be always happy. You can't have eternal bliss. Because it wouldn't. You wouldn't feel it in the end. You'd be desensitized to it. You'd become numb to it because it would always be the same. It's the fact that we live here in a short period of time on Earth with a short that it makes these moments so important. So that was also very interesting. I do think that I'm a little bit more prone to seeing happiness as watching the same movie every day, you know? I think that I get less tired of that kind of thing. But yes, it would come to a point for me too that I'd also be tired of it at a certain point. I think that my idea of contentment is over a longer period of time. Of course, there are ups and downs, and we need downs to appreciate the ups. But sometimes when there are too many downs, you can't find peace in order to be content, in order to be satisfied and in the end happy. But at the same time, you can't expect to always be happy because happiness doesn't work that way. So it gave me a lot to think about. It was a really nice weekend. It was a perfect autumn weekend. We watched Hocus Pocus and we drank tea and we went on a leafy autumn walk, which was really beautiful. And we got lost in the forest, and then a big storm came and we got completely drenched. And then, and we talked about all of that. And I got to find out that my INFJ friend really likes mythology, and he started nerding out about that. And it was really interesting. So I'll stop this video now. I don't know what this video is about. It's basically just musings about life that I happen to have with my INFJ friend. I'll find some way to title this in the right way. But tell me what you guys think about the topics I discussed, about the soul being memory, and about happiness being a moment, a transition. a very temporary moment. And yeah, have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.